Hi, all. It's Jan of the Jan Files. I hope you're well today. I want to talk to you about just kind of the general picture today because there is so much happening. And my instincts are telling me that we are coming close to being at a crossroads. What do I mean by that? Um, I think it's actually becoming clear to many of those who voted for Donald Trump that supposedly this is not what they voted for. I'm not really sure at the end of the day what the fuck they did vote for, unless it was just pure racism, misogyny, homophobia, phobic bullshit. I don't know what they voted for. They thought they were going to get a better economy. This is what happens when we don't educate people and when we also don't challenge people to critically think. And this has been pervasive. This is actually clearly not new, but it's been fostered on both sides. And what I mean by that, with the Republicans and the Democrats, because sometimes we fail to talk about things either because we don't want to, in some cases, tell the truth, and in other cases because we kind of dumb it down. Right? We dumb it down when we have to tell voters about something. In other words, just believe me, vote for me, and I'll take care of everything. I think that has been a huge error on the Democratic Party's part, because even though they do lay out a platform, everybody says, I don't know what they stand for. They have a platform, folks. Go look it up. It exists. Okay. You can know what they stand for. And I actually don't ever want to hear that anybody tells me that Kamala Harris didn't talk about affordability or economic issues. That's complete and utter fucking bullshit. It's more misogyny, it's more racism, and it's more trying to reinvent the story for her. So the point I'm making is that if we don't really, literally take, for lack of a better way of saying it, take our clothes off, like stand there naked and say, this is what is, like it or not, this is what is. And I think that the way that people accept the bullshit, don't challenge it, or are just afraid because they might lose votes. And I think that we've got to get to the point where people can't. Everybody, when they're running for office, obviously wants to win, but at what cost? And I think we need to ask that question again and again and again. At what cost? In other words, are you not going to tell the truth so that you're going to make everybody believe something? And then you get there and you can't fulfill your promises, or that you don't want people to know how bad it is, or don't want you to get in trouble for calling people deplorables when they were absolutely that. And instead of backing Hillary Clinton when she said that, they should have said, yes, there are deplorables. And this is what we mean, and this is what she means. That did not happen. The media came out and attacked her. Other Democrats came out and attacked her. It was the truth. And if you don't figure that out now, I'm not sure what you're ever going to figure out. Because that was the truth. There are deplorables. There are awful human beings, as we're seeing in the Epstein files. So this idea that you've got to dumb it down for Americans. Don't. Make them lift up. And if they don't, fuck them anyway, right? Challenge some people who do occasionally critically think or will look at facts. And that's really what we have got to get to, because the other stuff is bullshit. When we are so afraid And I think that's what backs a lot of this stuff up. We're just so afraid to be who we are because we might lose. We also might win, folks. We also might win. And Mamdani is a good example of that. He wasn't afraid. The Democrats, look at him, they didn't want to support him. The one who came out, I think, first was Hochul, Kathy Hochul, of New York's governor. Hakeem Jeffries, Schumer, no. And that disgusted me. And I have actually, for those two, they need to go. They just need to go. They are not up to this moment. And the moment that we are really, really going to need them is coming soon. That's my intuition. I think that we're about to hit, in the next 30 days, a big fucking wall. What do I mean by that? I think that there's going to be a crisis. It's probably going to be the Iran war or his attempt to legislate voting, which he can't through an executive order. There is something that we are going to collectively have to demand that this finally stops. And it's going to require the Senate and the House. It's going to require Chuck Schumer, unfortunately, and Hakeem Jeffries to finally face some of their, quote, colleagues, which makes me want to vomit every time they use that word, and say enough. I don't ever want to hear another Democrat say, well, behind closed doors, they tell me that they're going to stay until the Epstein files blows up. Or they say, well, I don't really support this, but he'll come after me. No. I think anybody who has ever said that to a Democrat, that Democrat now needs to speak. They need to use names. None of this is a colleague bullshit. We're so past that. And yet I still hear it. And I find that debilitating. If you are not willing to call people out, why? You're afraid? Afraid of what? I mean, you are on some level in harm's way because you are a politician. You signed up for that. Okay? Not necessarily for the level of violence, obviously, that we are seeing, but you signed up for it. And it is time to put your big pants on and say, enough. I am not going to protect these people. I am going to call them out. And I am going to say to them, to their faces, be a patriot. Be an American who truly cares and stop this following this monster. He is a monster. He's an evil fucking monster who is now demented. And the fact is that the Republicans still are twisting their hands, and Jeffries and Schumer are doing the same thing. I hope, and this is going to be, we'll see, when they start, Trump wants $1.5 trillion to support his war machine, saying screw everything else, screw everything that actually benefits Americans, and put all this money to bombs. So I don't think I've said this here, which is kind of surprising. Maybe I did and I forgot. What I see is all of these people sitting around one of those conference tables and taking out their dicks and thwapping it on the table. Like, this is, boom, this is me. This is me. This is my bravado. This is my masculinity. This is, I don't care if I'm toxic. I'm going to be a big dude and I'm going to thwap this desk with my dick to say, look at me. Same thing when guys drive fast. That's the same fucking thing, right? You don't care about anybody else on the road. You don't really care about your own safety, but you certainly don't care about others. You're just driving fast in your little car because you got a small dick. And I'm going to say that all goddamn day long. So folks, what do we do with this information? Because that's always at the end of the day. I can bitch, you can bitch. Then what do we do? What do we do? Well, I am telling you that we have to now act like it was already a 10 alarm fire. It is now a 100 alarm fire. There is no time but now to start making sure that anybody in your life understands what is happening, even those who support our point of view. Okay? Everybody really needs to know what's happening. I heard somebody actually on the internet, on YouTube, somebody talking about a focus group, and they were talking, and these were former, I don't know about former because they voted for Trump, they're Trump voters, saying they thought, well, Marco Rubio looks like a man with integrity. I won't vomit, I promise. It's just that I want to. The idea that Marco Rubio has integrity is hysterical. But that's the kind of thing we can inform them. Oh, you didn't know that Marco Rubio said that invading Iran was absolutely the wrong thing to do and he wasn't for it? Can I show you that clip where he said he was against going to war in Iran? Can I show you the clips of where he said the exact opposite of what he's saying now? This is why good information is so important. And lastly, I'm just going to say this. I don't want to see fake AI videos from our side. I find it disgusting. I find then when you start doing that shit, you are no better than them. We tell the truth. We speak the facts. And when we have the proof, we show the proof. And if we don't have the proof, you say what I will say sometimes. And in this situation, I'm sort of saying that because I'm predicting that I think something big is going to happen in the next 30 days, where it's going to be, everybody, all hands on deck. And that's not a fact. That's my opinion, right? So we just need to make sure when we distinguish fact from opinion from fiction. And certainly we should not be posting anything that is not true. Screw that. Unless you put over the top, it's a joke or something, don't do it. Please don't do it. I have had to do more than go down rabbit holes because I thought something was real, but my experience has taught me to make sure it is. And too many times I found out it wasn't. So, my friends, I don't know what you celebrate. So I just want to honor whatever it is that you believe and respect the fact that there's room for all of us. Okay? Those that love, that tell the truth, have an affinity for facts, there's room for all of us. It doesn't matter what religion, skin color, gender, sexuality, whatever. It doesn't matter. And the fact that they are looking to those things is just a distraction. Don't let them do it. And make sure you're not just standing there when something happens to somebody. Speak up. Stand up. Don't put yourself in harm's way. But also don't just stand there. Take care, and as always, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.